Today we're attempting to paddle all 7 miles down the Weeki Wachee River, so follow along and see if we make it. We're starting right here at the head spring and we're gonna go down all the way 7 miles down the river. Let's go. I live close to this spring, so I'm literally here almost every week, but this time I wanted to do all 7 miles. I've never done all 7 miles of the Weeki Wachee River, and the reason we started here at the head spring is because the water is so absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the clarity of this water. It's the most crystal clear turquoise water I've ever seen. And since we started at the head spring, the current is actually going to be pushing us downstream the entire 7 miles. So we really shouldn't have to paddle. So this is mile 1, and mile 1 is literally covered with seagrass, schools of fish, and the most beautiful pristine waters I've ever seen. Also, the current was really strong. You can see we are just floating. Now it's mile 2. We have 6 more miles to go, and it took us about 30 minutes to do the first mile. Now it's obviously time for some snacks because we're going to be out here all day. So we've been out for about an hour and a half now, and we just saw our first manatee of the day. He was just like munching on some seagrass. So cute, little single male all by himself. And before I knew it, we were already done with our second mile. So now we're hitting mile 3 and we have 4 to go. So the Weeki Wachee Spring is actually a first magnitude spring, and it gives out 117 million gallons of clear 72-degree water every single day, you guys. It was time for snack number 2, and honestly, you really can't beat the nature around the spring. It's covered with cypress trees, palm trees, and just the most beautiful lush forest. And by this part in the trip, it was time for a cold beverage, so we went ahead and each poured ourselves a cold beverage and just kept floating. Also, this spring is a wildlife heaven. There are so many unique birds around, so many beautiful places to stop and swim. So we're about 3.5 miles in now, and I decided it's time to get out and swim. I was feeling super hot, and this water there is nothing better than the 72-degree spring water when it's hot outside. So after our swim, it was time to get back on our boards, and we still really haven't had to paddle this whole way. We are almost 4 miles in, and the current is just taking us around. So we just hit the 4-mile mark, and now we have 3 miles to go. All in all, I'd say this is a really easy paddle. Like if you have no idea how to paddleboard or it's your first time paddling, the water is so calm. You can honestly sit on your paddleboard, you can sit on your knees, or you can even just stand and float. So the first 4.5 miles was really all nature, and now we're getting into the house section where there's really cute houses all along the river. We continued to float, and then it was time for snack number 3. We brought bagels, we brought nuts, and we also brought like rice cakes and some other snacks. And by this time, almost every snack was eaten. And our bagels must have smelled so good because this bird even noticed. We decided to stop at the bottom of this huge cypress tree for lunch and just enjoy our snacks. If you're planning on doing this float, definitely bring lots of snacks, maybe some sandwiches, and as many beverages and water as you're gonna need for your entire float. So at this time, we're about 4 hours into this float, and we have about 2 miles left to go. And my jaw has literally been on the floor this entire time, you guys. From start till now, all 5 miles have been so gorgeous, and now we have 2 miles left to go. It was right around this 2-mile mark that I actually had to start paddling. So for 5 miles, we basically floated downstream. I was a little sad that I didn't see any sea otters this trip, but now we just have 1 mile left to go, so let's see if we can find some. 1 mile left till we're done, and this fish was so excited he decided to jump out of the water for us. Now I'm coming to a part of the spring called Hospital Hole. This is where a lot of manatees usually hang out, and there's a really deep hole here for free diving and scuba diving. Now we have just a 1/4 mile left till we make it.
We made it to Rogers Park.
We officially made it, and it took us 5 hours to float the entire Weeki Wachee River.